we don't know what is going on for this country. Because for some people, they are carrying generator to buy fuel. They don't agree give them for gen. If you carry the can go, they will collect the can break, and we don't know. This country will not like it for this country.
Seriously, this fuel scarcity is affecting a lot of things. Because when you look at the queue is much. Many people are stranded. Coming to work is an issue. You don't have fuel, you cannot go back. And it's affecting the economy too. So please, the government should try and do something. People are stranded. Look at cars everywhere. People are here in the queue for hours without getting fuel.
You know, I've been here for a long time. And since then, let me say I'm here like almost like an hour plus. And I'm here to get in. But what pain means is that the people on the queue, they are not getting access to the filling station.
Well, I don't know. Nigeria have fuel enough, but every day, everybody has suffered about for fuel, queue for everywhere. Since I entered this country, I observed one thing about for Nigeria.
Welcome back. As you could see there, I'll be speaking with the President of IPMAN, Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, Chinedu Okoronkwo. He's with me here at the table. Welcome to you, sir, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you, nice for having me.
Where should I start from? I did say at the beginning of the program that my tired is exhausted, or whether my exhaustion is also tired. Talking about this, we've been seeing the issue of petrol scarcity since the 1970s and all of that. And I'm really so shocked, surprised, and really troubled, disturbed at the same time, that over 40 years, or close to 50 years, we've not yet found a solution to the fuel and persistent petrol scarcity. This fuel scarcity right now, what is the cause of this one?
Well, thank you for your question. I think you know that currently we're having a problem of energy globally, occasioned by the problem of Russia and Ukraine war. That is globally everywhere. Even in America, the cost of fuel now is so high. UK, you've seen a lot of things happening. Nigeria is not an exception. But back to Nigeria here, you will agree that NNPC that have been doing a lot of good job. Over 5 years, we've not had cause to, worry about problem of fuel in this country. They've been so there for us. Let me tell you, we've been able to aggregate all these issues. And we know the only thing that can stop totally the issue of fuel crisis is when we begin to refine our product in this country. We have this crude here. It's only when we begin to refine. But thank God, we're beginning to have the likes of Dangote coming up now. Bua is also, and then NPC. About 2 or 3 weeks I was in Port Harcourt. I went to that refinery. They are doing a lot of work. Before the end of this year, that place will also be up and running. I think that will be what will change the whole narrative. You cannot have this crude and you refine it out there and bring it here. The huge gap, even the transportation cost of taking it out and bringing it, would have gone a long way in unleashing wealth to the country. More so now that we have this scarcity of crude globally. Nigeria would have been making a lot of money, But let us pray we're making progress.
It's not really about prayer now. Because I wonder how God will be looking at us and saying, come on, guys, I blessed you guys with the natural resource. Use your brain to do the rest. Will I now come down to do the rest? Of course, he will not do that. So there's no issue of God and prayer in all of this.
Prayer can do a lot of things. I have to put
We've been praying.
You've been praying. Ideas are coming. You've been praying. Private sectors are now beginning to come into this. I think that will be the game changer.
I'm not pushing the fact away that prayer doesn't work. Good. Of course, I'm a prayerful Christian at that. But I'm saying that for those that are involved and for those that have that authority to get solutions should do it. The president, for example, is the Minister of Petroleum.
Good.
But let's push that aside.
All right.
If we're taking a look at it now, what we see in the crisis is supply a challenge right now to you people. Do we have enough supply like NNPC claims?
Yeah, let me tell you quickly. We have supplies.
Okay.
Over, that can last over 30 days, you know, in country. The issue, we've been able to identify the issue. Yesterday I was on channel, and I've narrowed it within my executive and members of IPMAN. A situation, the role of everybody is defined in this project. You have tank farms, the owners of tank farm. This product, PMS, is majorly imported by an NPC. When these products are kept in their tank farm, they should release it at that price.
Which is, what is the price?
148 naira point 17 kobo to my members,
Okay.
who will, of course, by the time they add their transportation and everything and take it to the filling station, they will now sell at 165. But come to look at it, for them to buy from these private depots, 162, another 8 naira, maybe those within Lagos, to put it in their filling station, it would have come up to 170.
70.
Now, what do you, we are seriously
So
suffering.
are you saying that your members are not buying from the NNPC
You
at
know that
148,
because
you are
of,
buying from
yes,
private?
because of the vandalization,
Okay.
a lot of these depots, you cannot even get product down there. So some of these private owners of tank farm will go maybe pick this product from an NPC. I wouldn't even, you know.
They will pick it at that 148?
No, they will take maybe lower, but
Okay.
you know the cost of bringing
Transport.
it, everything is going up. Everything is dollarized. It's in dollar, you know. They will also like to put their cost and margin. That is why we have suggested to all these relevant agencies of government to see how those costs that have just arisen, how they can mitigate it and nip it in the bud, so that we enjoy this 4 trillion that the country have given us to enjoy in this, subsidy.
Yeah, because I was coming to that. If your members are getting for 162,
Good.
and you incur a transport cost of about 8 naira,
naira.
that's 170.
Yes.
So apparently you are having higher operating cost of doing your business.
Yes, but there is this opening now. NNPC have assured us they will designate certain tank farms for us.
When would that happen?
Immediately.
Between yesterday or
They
today?
have started even yesterday.
Okay.
You know, they worked all night in Lagos yesterday. NIPCO, Total Energies, and, you know, they are releasing this product now so that it will not be managed only by these private tank farm owners. You know, now, I think before the close of this week, you will see a lot of change.
Do some of your members own tank farms?
And there are very few.
And they still sell at the same price?
That one is another level.
Which
you
is?
know, if they go and pick the product from, in the tank, in the vessel, or they have to put all their costs, and they will sell like any other,
Because it's a business.
It's a business.
Okay, so how does President Buhari's approval of 10 naira extra for freight transport cost come into all of this? Does it not cover that transportation cost?
You know, when you are trying to
Because
do
he
something.
approved it, I think, some days ago.
Yeah. It's given, but I think it might not cover everything, but it's a wonderful step to ameliorating the issue of this transportation gap. You know, when it is not there, who are, suffering, but now that he has put in it, we'll also look at it, but let it be cut across everywhere. The whole idea is to make this product available to the citizens so that they can, I think he must be commended on that.
So who bears that 10 naira cost? Where does that 10 naira come from?
I told you that this bucket of 4 trillion, within the plate, that template, they can adjust and bring it in. Everything is within that, bucket.
Because the way it seems now, we have a 4 trillion naira subsidy for petrol this year.
Yeah.
But it's just in Lagos, Port Harcourt, perhaps Abuja. In other places, in other states, petrol is not sold for 165. So how do we get the gains of subsidy? Because with what you're saying now, high operating cost and all of that, there's seemingly no subsidy in it. Or it's just operating in these 3 major or 4 major
Let me
cities
tell you,
or states.
everybody is enjoying subsidy.
How?
You.
I'm not enjoying it.
You're enjoying subsidy.
Tell me how.
The cost of that petrol.
Because I'm in Abuja.
No. Let me tell you, anywhere. So
I think I get what you want to say. But explain
Wait
it.
now, let me tell you. The cost of petrol, if we are allowing what is happening.
For 6 of market and demand
yes,
and supply.
You will even be buying it as close to 600 or 700 naira per liter now. Yes, let me tell you. But maybe those who are getting at 180, we don't advise that. They are still enjoying subsidy. Because if you minus that 180 from maybe 600, that other one is what you're also enjoying.
I understand what you're saying, that because of the subsidy, petrol price is not as expensive as it should be.
Look at, in the US.
So why not deregulate the markets?
Oh, that is our solution. That is what
because that's even what the government had said, even from the PIA.
We are not against it. That would have given us where everybody will now work and see how you will still be in business. But I think government have done this, given this election year, where people must not use it as a campaign strategy. I think that is key. Let people begin to enjoy this thing. By the time we finish this election and everything, the new government coming in will not have their program.
As if they will still have money.
Money does not finish. If you don't
really?
have, oh yes, you can
money
create money.
If you don't.
No. Let me tell you.
Money,
if oil is not moving, if you don't manage
money well, it will go.
No, when you apply it rightly, it will not finish.
But we are not applying it right now.
That is why
we are in a deficit. The government is in deficit. The government is spending 76% of its revenue on debt servicing. If you're making 100,000 naira, government is spending 76,000. According to the DG Budget Office, what he told me last week or 2 weeks ago, that 76% of what we earn is going for debt servicing.
What I think we need most.
So we are not managing.
No. Let me tell you what we need seriously in this country now is peace. Remember, farmers are not going to farm.
So farms.
A lot of things are not happening. But if we can achieve peace, I tell you, this country is endowed with a lot of things. If oil is not moving, agriculture can also give us the breather, moving forward.
Have you been able to engage, at least since this week started, have you been able to engage with NMDPRA on this issue? Because that's the downstream, midstream regulatory authority. Have your members been able to engage with them?
We've been talking with a lot of them, and there is assurances from every nooks and cranny of these operators. And I believe they are doing a lot of work to ensure that this thing does not. I've told you the major cause of this thing is the tank farm where these products are kept. They want to still make this thing. But if an MPC can now say, look, we have about 5 zones in their organigram, designate certain tank farm, maybe those from northeast, those from northwest, those from eastern, those from midwest, and those from west. You will see this thing will clear, and you still have that. So now I think they have taken a bold step yesterday by going to those tank farm and begin to release the product. It's going to be wonderful if they can achieve this.
Can you speak to me as to how many liters like a standard petrol station is supposed to have to say that I have supply? Like any of your members, they are retail stations. How many liters should you have in store to say that I have? It all
depends on your capacity of buying this product. Some people have a storage tank that can take about 90,000 liters.
90,000 liters?
Yes, some can take about 120,000 liters. It all depends on your underground capacity and the money money is also needed in this regard. It's not free, you know. So all these factors go a long way in determining what you can have. You know, it's like any other business. It's a commodity. When you have money, you stock more and be selling. So,
okay, how many? I don't know. You know, I'm a nerd for numbers, so to speak, because facts really don't lie. Numbers don't lie, and statistics to an extent. How many liters averagely do your members sell, like on a daily basis, assuming that everything is okay?
Okay, you know, we control over 80% of the downstream sector, IPMAN. And if you're talking about 80%, you're talking about over 50,000 retail outlets. Okay. If this country is said to be taking maybe averagely maybe 60 million liters or 80 million liters, 80% of it is what my members dish out to the public. All things being equal, that is to say, when this thing is available, no confusion and everything. 80% of whatever that is consumed in this country is dispensed from my members.
From IPMAN?
Yes.
Okay. How about the quota that goes out as smuggling outside Nigerian borders? Because if your members control 80% of the market, will it now be right to say that your members are also part of those that smuggle the commodity out of the country?
You see, life is some of these things you call smuggling from my members. I cannot 100% give that assurance because I don't operate everywhere. But I do know that we have agencies of government, the police, custom, army, navy, all of them. They should do their work. It's a crime to get anybody smuggling. So it's not open business. So something that is not genuine, how do I talk about it? But we have a mechanism too.
Okay.
You know, with our consultant, is now building a wonderful arrangement, software that will help us control whatever thing is that is given out. Maurice Wharton, you know, is doing a lot of things now. And even yesterday, we paid a visit to NSA. We want to deploy this technology. I think by the time, in the comfort of your own house, you can know what is happening in the system. Technology, I think, will go a long way in solving all these issues.
It seems that from our conversation, it seems that a lot has happened between yesterday and today.
Yeah, because
in the last 24 hours. Because
we need to, all hands must be on deck. It's the situation, you know, calls for that. And we want to see how we can nip in the bud. It's not good for everybody. You know.
Okay, you've given me the near-term solution, so to speak. From NNPC has given you an assurance that they would disburse, they would dispense products and all of that. What is like the long-term solution? Because like I said at the beginning of the program, I'm really tired of talking about this really. And I hope that in the next 50 years, we are not still talking about this. No, 50 years is too long. In the next 10 years.
No, let me just tell you. I told you when I started that refineries are coming up in our soil here. At least if for nothing, we can leverage on the cost of bringing it.
Refinery is a private business.
No, even that, you talk about the proximity to what you are talking about. Not only Dangote, Bua is on, and NNPC, one in Port Harcourt is coming up. You know, the one in Warri, they're also working. So by the time all these things will come out, we'll even be exporting this product. It's like that.
Okay, so that's the long-term solution.
Long-term solution.
Any other remark that, as we close? Any
My remark is simple.
To assure Nigerians, really?
That NNPC, IPMAN, major marketers, and everybody that is involved in this chain will have decided, we're not talking about profit making now, to see that this product gets to where it should get to.
But if you don't talk of profit making, you'll be out of business.
No. Now is not the time you begin to look about big profit. You look at what can keep you and let this product get everywhere. You know, that is it. Our profit is like static. 10 naira when we were buying this product for like 20 kobo or 30 kobo. Now it's 100 and we are still on that margin of 10 naira. We are not, many people are even out of this business. If you know, some of my members, they cannot continue cost of doing business and everything. But what do? We must be there.
And you buy diesel to operate your,
and that is
your filling stations?
We don't have any. That is why when you put business in the hands of those who are indigenous, they have no other place to go. So we must see how we work together to salvage it. Thank you.
The regulation is the way to go.
That we have also
and
provided.
The government recognizes this, but President Buhari has also pushed the bucket, because President Buhari in an interview did tell, I think World Bank and IMF said this petroleum subsidy that you guys say we should suspend is not tenable for now. We'll just hold on.
Now, because of the election period, we don't need anything that will escalate
disrupt
issues.
The system.
If this World Bank, I think they will also look at the peace. If we can get peace with little, if we have issue of refugee, they will not even manage it. They should help us and see how they can ameliorate our, suffering here, because it will be worse if we have a crisis in this country. I don't know, the whole world will feel it.
Okay, thank you very much for coming. And I don't know, we always talk to you when there's fuel scarcity. I don't know,
you don't want to call me when you're enjoying. It's only when, so try to call me on other issues.
Okay, we'll do that. Thank you very much again for coming.
Thank you.
I've been speaking with Chinedu Okoronkwo, who is the President, Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria. IPMAN, you've heard it from him. Let's see in the next few days what happens. Seems a lot has changed from yesterday and today in the last 24 hours.